All right, what's up, everyone? Talking about how to worm cattle. Okay, so it's actually a lot of helpful things in this video on worming cattle. So I don't even know where to start. There's so much to talk about, but let's see. There's two different types of products. There's this Poron. Okay, it's a Poron product, and then there's a wormer that you can put inside their feed and mix in with their feed. The problem I don't like about the one you mix in with the feed is if you're feeding a big group of like 20 cows or 30 or however many, you don't know if that specific cow is getting what it needs to get wormed. So, all right, here's the Poron. That's like the next option. Is you know exactly how much that cow is getting because it's individual. It's not like shared. So, there is like these attachments you can like screw on at the top of these, and it's got like some little gun that it measures it out, and then it like disperses it, kind of shoots it out on the cows. Those things don't really last that long, and they're good if you're running cattle through a chute, but if I just want to go worm them out in the pasture, you're not going to be able to walk up to one with some big long rope and something that looks like you got some. They're going to be like, dude, what are you doing? You're not going to get close enough to worm them. So, and how I worm them is probably, it's a different way. I'll say that. We'll call it the American cowboy way of worming cattle. Okay, what I do is I wanted to just go worm some cattle out in the I didn't want to have to round them all up and make a big ordeal of worming cattle. I had a vet tell me that how often should you worm them? Okay, well, first of all, you really want to worm them like at springtime or maybe right before springtime, because that's when they start getting lice and worms, internal parasites. Yeah, I had the vet say you can worm them anytime you get them caught in a trailer, where it's close, and you can worm, pour some stuff on them. So this stuff you pour on them, and you pour it on their back. So what I actually do is I measure the amount in like a little cup, and then I just go out there, and then you have to put it on their back. You do not want to get this stuff on you or in your eyes. You don't want to be doing this when it's windy. Okay, this is ranchy, What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it out in a cup, and then they could be like, thinking that instead of you having some big bottle of something with some big rope and some big, attachment in your hand, all looking at them, they're going to be kind of not getting close to you. But if you just walk out there with that cup, and then you can throw this, the range of a cup, you throw in a cup, it's like you get out of the car, people throw their water or something out all over the place. It's got some more range than if you used the little gun attachment they have for this. I'm gonna pour some of this stuff out. Okay, it's probably a good idea to use some gloves. Like I actually got some of these types of gloves for all kinds of stuff that I do, and maybe some glasses, some safety stuff. Don't get this stuff on you. Probably don't do this on a windy day. Do not get this stuff on the cows. Try to stay away from the cow's head. Don't get this in their eyes. So, all right, let's go show you how this is done. All right, this is the stuff right here. They're gonna have to be thinking you're just out there watching them chilling, drinking some Gatorade, and then all of a sudden, they get wormed. Okay, measuring this stuff out, there's instructions on how much to give them on, whatever product you're using. So if you overworm them, I hear that they get like, you know, typical flu-like symptoms like runny nose, you know, snotty nose, cough. So you can kind of make them sick if you give them too much wormer. Also, I'll go show you some. I'll go talk to you guys about some symptoms that you might see in cattle that have worms. All right, another tip is after you worm the cattle, you might want to check them about a week or so. You know, and it's not gonna. Sometimes I worm my cows twice just to make sure that they are wormed. So I wouldn't worm them too close together. I'd probably give them. You're probably pretty safe. Like I would reworm mine probably after like a week. So sometimes, okay, and then you also do not want to be using expired wormer. Okay, I've tried a bottle of this stuff that I had that was expired, and it doesn't work. So make sure your stuff is up to date and fresh. It's going to work a whole lot better. So you may not need to worm them twice if you know you got, but just keep an eye on them and see how they look, you know. And I'll go show you some of mine, and I'll show you how this is done. All right, so here's a few here. So like this one right here in the middle, its coat is a lot more thinner and shinier, kind of like it should be. So one of the, all right, they can also get lice. Like see that little spot right there, the back of the neck. They can get lice if you don't worm them. Well, I mean, that's just kind of thing that happens in spring, like right there on the upper shoulder, little thin spot. So I'm gonna worm them. See, like I wormed them once, but this one looks good. Definitely looks better. This one right here needs to get wormed again. So some signs that they have worms or need to get wormed, those you know, like that spot that looks like they got lice on them, or if they got fuzzy hair, like if it's not shiny like that, or if they've got runny, yeah, you know, only thing that's really runny, right? So they're thin, their coats could look kind of furry or not right, like fuzzy. Those are, you know, some of the main ways that I can tell that they need to get wormed. All right, here we go. Worming cattle. That one right there needs to get wormed. So just kind of right there, that'll work. That one's done. It absorbs through the skin. So there you go. All right, don't try this at home. Only professionals. This is probably not standard, you know? There we go.